Good evening and welcome friends, families, faculty, school officials, and most importantly, graduates. I now have the daunting task of presenting the class of 2013, and by the end of the evening, you will understand why I say daunting, because what they have accomplished over the last 4 years is truly remarkable. The young men and women donning these green robes tonight are exceptional academics, talented artists, accomplished athletes, and phenomenal musicians. These students helped North be ranked in the top 1,000 high schools in the nation again. They took over 600 AP exams, and 3 students amongst us are national merit finalists, so please stand up. Noah Cherry, Kamala Kanagati, and Jordan Radke, who represent half of the top 1% of the nation. Collectively, this class of 2013 was offered over $6 million in scholarship money. Yes, with our seniors at the helm. Our clubs found success as well. Our robotics team shattered school records and placed 12th in the state and qualified for nationals. Our DECA team sent 7 individuals to the international competition, and senior Matt Giacona placed in the top 20. And the talent at North exceeds the classroom. Our dedicated musicians traveled to Florida for the Disney Music Festival. Our concert band and full orchestra brought home excellent ratings. Our symphony band earned a superior rating. And our artists garnered much recognition this year as well. In fact, the class of 2013's very own Brian Abud, please stand up, earned a National Scholastic Art Award, which he received on the stage at Carnegie Hall in New York City. And our hardworking thespians brought the Scottish Highlands to life with Brigadoon, and several of North's actors and actresses will continue to hone their crafts at performing arts schools. If you have ever heard Christina Cam sing, you are not surprised that her path will take her to Heidelberg University. Or perhaps you've seen the talented Jeremy Haar, who will continue his performing arts studies at Oberlin Conservatory of Music. And our committed athletes exuded their Norseman pride on and off the field. Our girls' tennis team earned a regional championship and academic all-state honors. The Detroit Free Press selected 3 Norse seniors as their scholar athletes. Congratulations to Allison Francis, Bobby Mulpuri, and Francesca Cimitero. These are incredible and memorable accomplishments, yet they are not the most significant of this class. The class of 2013, they've done something grander, more noteworthy. Let me explain. There's an unfortunate question that is occasionally whispered out there in the community. Sometimes it can be heard in the checkout line at Kroger or over a fence in a neighborhood backyard. And the question sounds a little bit like this: what's going on at North? Usually, this question surfaced from a lack of awareness or assumed doubt, but the questions still continue to arise. But I gotta tell you, not anymore. Last September, you, the class of 2013, began to answer that question. Now in June, that response is loud and clear, and it sounds like this: you want to know what's going on at North? We will show you. Both individually and collectively, this class has shown the community what we do here. In fact, we use that phrase all the time to honor what we value at North. In the fall, 100 of these students sitting in front of you made a tunnel outside the building and welcomed hundreds of middle schools to our first annual 8th grade day to the tune of "Give Me a Green, Sweet Green." And you should have seen those 8th grade faces as anxiety and nerves melted into joy and anticipation. Already then, they could feel the excitement of being a Norseman. Welcoming all students to our building, it's what we do here. Then during the holidays, as you heard, the North Students Government, with its exceptional capacity for philanthropy, took on the challenge of helping families in need. They solicited the help of teachers, students, clubs. They provided gifts and a holiday meal for over 70 families. Stories flooded back to us of tearful gratitude and tales of saved Christmases. Giving thoughtfully to people in need, it's what we do here. Did you know that each and every single year, several students give up their tutorial every day in a special needs class during their foods hour? This year, stand-up Stephen Mitchell, Bree Reveley, and Wilson Fisher, and Emily Armbruster helped students learn to cook while seniors simultaneously learned about patience, compassion, and joy. These relationships will endure and shape the future for all of them. Because embracing our diversity and learning from one another, it's what we do here. And this unique program is actually made possible by a member of the graduating class of 2013. Life skills teacher Kate Cherigian is retiring after 17 years of dedication to all North students. Hey, Mrs. T over there, please stand up. And the best part, this program that she started will now be replicated throughout our school, because leaving a poignant legacy, it's who we are. In May, several seniors in an applied med research course hosted 34 fourth graders from Sampson Academy in Detroit. Using exciting games and clever experiments, they created innovative educational lessons about healthy skin. And having solicited local businesses and healthcare facilities for donations, they were able to place a backpack full of goodies in the hands of each and every one of the eager students. When leaving, one of the overwhelmed young guests whispered, "Thank you. This was like a dream." And the class of 2013 responded again, "This is what we do here." This class actually answered the question to the tune of $30,000, which they raised for different charities. They donated to Make-A-Wish, they gave to the Detroit Dog Rescue, they fed the homeless, donated clothes, made blankets for cancer patients, baked cookies for the elderly, sang songs to hospital patients. And this commitment to philanthropy does not happen by chance. Francesca Cimitero has been the class president for 4 years. Her leadership is entrenched in altruism, compassion, and dedication. Her vision is inspiring and empowering. Growing visionary learners and leaders, it's what we do here. The answer to what's going on at North resides in our smaller stories as well. Where's Sal Calbone? Stand up, Sal Calbone. If you know Sal Calbone, you know his His fundraising skills are legendary. You might not need 64 ounces of caramel popcorn, but after 5 minutes with Sal, you will have 2 containers of caramel popcorn. And this year was no different. I have, no lie, an upside-down tomato plant in my backyard to prove it. But Sal's a senior, and he no longer needed to fundraise for next year's choir events, but he continued. He did all the work and then passed on all the proceeds to an appreciative junior, Easton Washburn. Because generosity, it's what we do here. During the last day of math class this year, Mrs. Steiner carried out her yearly tradition. She read Dr. Seuss's "Oh, the Places You'll Go" to her seniors and sent them out the door with a star to give to someone who had influenced them. Stand up, Evan Pilot, who did not hesitate. He knew where he was headed. He marched into Frau Solonen's room and unabashedly thanked her for helping him grow into the young man he is today. Thank you, Evan, for exemplifying what we do here. Gratitude, compassion, dedication, and selfless giving, that is the class of 2013. Add to that list caring deeply. This is the embodiment of another member of the graduating class who defines what we do here best. Math teacher and basketball coach Gary Bennett will retire from teaching after 33 years of service. I think he's hiding in the bleachers out that way. So if you're sitting next to Mr. Bennett, you better make him stand up. There he is at the top of the bleachers by the visitor's sign. "30 years of teaching, coaching, encouraging, and caring for students. Mr. Bennett modeled daily what it means to be a person of integrity, commitment, and respect. Both graduates and audience members, if you have ever had Mr. Bennett for a teacher, coach, or tutor, would you please stand up? Mr. Bennett, this is a testament to your commitment to North. We will miss you. Because you see, at North, we celebrate accomplishment and we honor our role models. The other day, I actually received a note from Mr. Bennett in which he wrote, "What we do here is care deeply about doing a good job, about each other, about doing things the right way, not just sometimes, but all of the time." Graduates, here's my challenge to you. You have loudly and bravely defined what we do here. But I need you to know that here is now here. So take the lessons of compassion, gratitude, and integrity with you. Remember, when faced with doubters who question your abilities, that you are a Norseman, a proud Norseman who knows how to care deeply. Accept Mr. Bennett's challenge and lead with your heart, for the most important things coming out of North are from the heart. So now I must borrow a phrase from Mr. Banfield. Maybe you're headed east, like Jordan Radke, who will attend Princeton. Or perhaps you're headed west, like George Teftis, on to the University of Colorado. Or maybe you're headed south, like Savannah Ransom, who will achieve a lifelong goal of attending Southern Methodist University. But please know, whatever direction you're headed, your home is always North. Congratulations, graduates.